What's going on, everyone? Adam Swartz here, and we are on location today. You know, it's kind of like we got a little bit of a mixture of what's good in Riverside and cool places, cool people. We are at the new location of Brandon's Diner off of Tyler and Magnolia, and between Tyler and Van Buren, at this awesome corner spot that it's going to be opening up hopefully next month. And this location is beautiful, I will say that. And we are very fortunate to have the owner of 9 restaurants of Brandon's Diners to the show today, and I'm very excited to hear his story today because from what I've heard, it's pretty epic. So thank you for the show. Why don't you introduce yourself and let everyone know who you are?
Yeah, it's Armando Benitez. That's my name. Owner, of course, me and my family, Brandon's Diner. 9 locations, and also we have a Mexican chain, 4 restaurants called Carnitas Express.
Oh, where are those located at?
In Menifee and Murrieta in Lake Elsinore.
Awesome. So what kind of made you get into the restaurant business? Obviously, you know, restaurants are probably the highest level of closures. And how have you been, one, why did you get into this industry? And 2, you know, you have 9 locations and 4, I mean, you're doing something that 99.9% of people can't do. So what is it?
Well, I've been doing this all my life, and I was 16 years old. My older brother, was working in a restaurant in Orange County. Tustin City next to Irvine. And since I was 16 years old, I was a dishwasher there. Mm-hmm. Since I came to United States, I was a dishwasher for a year, and then I was 20 years as a cook.
Okay. So,
and then finally, I got married, and I got my kids, and finally we bought a little place in Rancho Cucamonga called Brandon's Diner. Mm-hmm. So
what made you pick Brandon's Diner?
No, really, just when we bought the restaurant in Rancho Cucamonga in 1997, I refinanced my house and get a little money and purchased the restaurant, and they have the name Brandon's Diner. So I kept the name. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife talked and said, well, we don't have no money to change the name, the sign, you know, and that time was like $3,000 to change that, and we don't have the money. Yeah. So we kept. I don't like first Brandos because I cannot even pronounce right.
Okay.
Every time I say Brando's Diner, I have to say 2-3 times.
Yeah.
You cannot understand me. So we kept the name in Rancho Cucamonga. 6 months, a year later, we're very, very busy. Just to let you know, from $600 a day, we bring it up to $3,000 a day.
Okay.
So.
What do you think the difference was?
Well, like I say, I was a cook. Mm-hmm. And I'm an old guy.
So you're saying the food sucked before you guys took over?
This is what happened. When I came to United States in that time, most of the restaurants, they do everything there. Mm-hmm. So I learned how to do soups and how to do everything like homemade. So today, it's barely restaurants do everything homemade. You just buy it, cook it up, and serve it. In Brandon's Diner is a little different. We cook there. We do our soups from scratch, our gravies, the shredded beef, shredded chicken. We do everything homemade. We don't buy pre-cook or something like that.
I think that's something a lot of people don't realize, that a lot of the restaurants, it's all pre-made. And
it's all pre-made.
It's pre-made, and they just buy it from somewhere. They're basically just heating it up, throwing it on a nice plate, and charging you 3 times what it costs them.
You know, when I hire a new cook from another, I'm not gonna say. When I hire a new cook from another restaurants, mm-hmm. they say, "Hey, boss, it's so hard to work here. You guys make everything. In the other restaurant, I just put it in a microwave, defrost it, and throw it in the grill and serve it. And here, you guys have to make everything from scratch." I say, "Yes, I don't want to cook." You know, like one time, I just remember like 10 years ago, a guy came in and said, "Hey, I got nice salsas. Why you don't buy the salsas? You will save a lot of money to buy the salsas instead of make it. The labor and all that, plus, you know, some of the 6 months of the year, the tomatoes are very expensive. Mm-hmm. From $10 a box, you pay $50, $60 a box, and salsa always costs you the same, you know. And the guy was told me, "Hey, Armando, with the money you're gonna say, you can buy a penthouse on the beach, because you're gonna save a lot of money a year. At the 10 restaurants, you're gonna save a lot of money." I said, "No, I don't need a penthouse on the beach. I need my customers to eat healthy. Most healthy I can do it. Because your salsas have a lot of preservatives, a lot of vinegar. My salsas, they only have salt, garlic, and black pepper, nothing else. If we don't use in 2-3 days, it's gonna go bad. Your salsa can be there for a month. It's still good.
Well, that's, I think, obviously we've been seeing in America, obviously a lot of people are getting more unhealthy. It's because people don't realize what they're eating, even at restaurants. It's loaded with stuff just so it'll last longer.
Yeah, to be prepared everything in the restaurant costs you more labor. Because you buy it, you serve it, you don't have labor.
Yeah.
But I always have 2 cooks in the back preparing the soups, the gravies, the beans, rice, everything we do there. So yeah, I think that's one of the secrets when I bought a Armandos diner, and boom, I did good.
Shocking. Giving people quality food makes more people want to come. Who would think that's the secret?
Since that, then and we got good prices and big portions.
Yeah.
Big portions, yeah.
So what was it? Did you, obviously you came from a different background and obviously cooking and things like that. Was the style of food that's at Brandon's Diner, was that kind of what you were used to making, or did you kind of have to make a new shift to the style of food that the diner was already having before?
Oh, I make my own menu. Yeah, the Brandos, the little place was there, was old place, was dirty, and I bought it from Brandos, so we kept the name. Yeah, I create my own menu, and we did my own menu, and I start cooking everything there.
So you were the full-time cook right off the bat?
I was from 6 in the morning to 10 p.m.
6 to 10?
Oh, yeah, 16 hours.
And then was your wife helping out on the managing side or the waitress side? Or?
My wife was on the waitress side, and she had to get out at 2 o'clock to pick up my kids and go back to the restaurant. My kids at that time was 12, 10 years old.
So how long did it take you to get them working for you? 14, 16 or what?
No, then my wife come back to the restaurant and my kids was washing dishes, doing the homework at the table and washing the dishes. So my wife was a server, she was the waitress, I was the cook, and my daughters in the evening, they take turns each other. I have 3 daughters, and little boy, Maximiliano.
And then do you feel like kind of like the one thing that's kind of really helped Brandon's Diner over the years is it because it's such a family business and you guys are kind of like you guys are be able to keep the same type of quality through all the locations?
It's bigger you go, you lose the quality,
Yeah.
you lose the control. So right now it's a little bit different. We have 9 locations and there's going to be another one. So 10 locations going to be, and it's hard to control the quality, but I try. I try the best. I would never make if it wouldn't. My daughters work for the company, and my boy works for the company. It's a little bit hard, but we try to keep the. That's why a lot of people ask me to franchise. That's what I don't want to franchise. I want to keep as a family restaurant. And would it be possible for me if my family don't be with me?
Yeah. And so are you trying to stay? Obviously, you're in Rancho and Rio Valley and Riverside. And do you try to keep it all close locations so it's easier for you to get around to all the places?
In Linden Empire. We try to stay in Linden Empire. People ask me to go to Victorville, to Palm Springs, to San Diego, to Orange County, Los Angeles. I try to don't drive so much because I'm driving every day to each location. So I try to keep it close as I can in Linden Empire. Plus, we're family in Linden Empire. We came from Orange County, we came in Linden Empire in 1989. So we're 31 years here.
Yeah.
My Max born here in.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have a location in City Hall in downtown Riverside. You guys are pretty locked into this Inland Empire area, aren't you?
Yeah. That one was nice, located right in the City Hall. Yeah.
So for you moving forward, what is your current position in the company now? Are you just kind of like the CEO, and do you just kind of like bounce from place to place to place, just kind of overseeing everything?
Yeah, CEO, and I come to place, and I take care of problems in the kitchen and all that. My family run the show, but I still back around, and most of it in the kitchen, the back area. I try to control the back area.
Was it hard for you to kind of give up that the power of, obviously people like us who run companies, you want control of everything? Was it kind of difficult for you to kind of give, because now you have 9 locations, to give more responsibility to your kids to run it?
No, because was not hard for me because they're my kids.
Yeah, and they've been doing since they were 14, so they should know this by now. Yeah,
it's not hard for me, and plus, I don't want to be working 16 hours a day, so I only work from 10 in the morning to 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
just 5 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah, see.
Right
hey,
now
listen, you put your time in, right? It's their time
to
start bringing over the brand.
Yeah. Plus, they're learning very good. No, it's not hard.
And then, so for you guys, like, you know, you're opening up a new location in this crazy world. If when anyone's watching this, we're in February 1st of 2021. Like, you know, obviously it's been such a crazy year for restaurants. What has kind of helped you guys be able to keep all your locations running and even thinking about opening up another one? People probably were like, Armando, you're crazy. Like, you're trying to open another one right now? Like,
well, we signed the lease and everything right before COVID-19.
oh man,
That hooked me up. And you know how the lease is. When you
Uh-huh.
sign a lease, no way to get out of this.
No, you ain't getting out of
matter
that
what.
bad boy. No.
So we have to open. It's tough years. It's been very hard for us. But it's been very hard.
Yeah.
Very, very tough. Very tough. And I have to, yes, thanks to my family because they save money.
Yeah.
They save money.
Yeah.
My wife and my kids, they like to save money. We have backup money a little bit to go through all these difficult
Hard
times.
times,
It's
yeah.
very tight. At one point, if this keep going, you know, of course, the sales used to be very good, and after the COVID-19, we have 20, 30%, 40% of the sales. And we laid off a lot of people, but right now it's coming back.
Yeah. And then do you agree with this statement? Because I feel like this is the truth. Is like, you know, obviously you guys you have no locations for a reason. You have quality food. You're not, you know, you run it right. Do you feel like the restaurants that were already not doing that well are cutting corners? Those are going to be the ones that really, you know, miss out. And it's probably better off for you guys that you didn't, you know, you bring such good quality food to the table, and that's why you guys are going to make it through this, and you're going to open 2, 3, 4 more locations, aren't you? Not yet.
Not yet. And if it's close to here, we stay. We try to not, but we have a lot of loyalty customers. They keep asking to open locations there, and they support us. They're very supportive. Yeah, but I don't understand the question very well. But yes, we're not cutting corners on the food. We're not cutting quality. We just don't have profit this year.
Yeah, so you're just breaking even.
We're losing money.
Losing money.
No,
yeah.
losing money. Yeah. We're losing money.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Yeah, and
Yeah, we're losing a lot of money.
And I think that's what people need to realize, and I think that it's kind of hard for people to understand that. Like, you've owned this restaurant since the mid '90s, and you know this year it's it's the grit and grime of making it happen.
Believe me, I was thinking at one point I had to close some locations, and I always think that, yeah.
So do you think, obviously things are opening back up, that all 9 of your locations are gonna open back up and thrive, and you're gonna, and hopefully, I'm hoping by the end of, you know, because listen, I eat out every day, right?
Yeah.
I don't make one meal at home. So it's been terrible for me. I can't get anything right now. I'm over here making PB&Js. Like, I need Brandon's Diners open up again so I can actually get some breakfast around here.
Just fast food.
No, that's terrible.
Terrible.
Fast food's terrible. It's like you feel awful after you eat that stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, when a burrito can sit there on your counter for 3 days and you can still microwave and eat it, you know there's not good things in there.
Yeah, I know. I only eat fast food if I'm on the road.
Yeah.
If I go to Las Vegas, I try to stay away a little bit away from them.
Yeah. So obviously some of your Brandon's Diners have, the Moreno Valley one has a full bar. The Riverside one has wine and beer. What was it that kind of made you guys come from, like, because most diners don't have that.
I know.
So what was that kind of, whose idea was that, and why was the reason you guys were like, hey, let's bring alcohol to the table?
You know, you're not the only one asked that questions. We have, how Armando's Diner has beer and wine. We have beer and wine in all the locations. In a few of the locations, we have a liquor license. We have the Carnitas Express, Mexican food. So the name Carnitas Express is not a fast food. It's a sitting restaurant. Again, I bought that restaurant named Carnitas Express. It used to be fast food. I turned it on like a sitting restaurant. It's a sitting restaurant, and we have a liquor license there. We have hard alcohol and all the carnitas. And because those locations where we have a bar in Armando's Diner, they're big locations, the huge locations. They're not like these ones. So they used to have a bar there, when they used to be another restaurant. They used to have a bar. So I said, might as well get the liquor license. But really, the bar in Armandos Diner doesn't give me big sales. What they give me big sales is our breakfast.
The breakfast is...
Yeah, waffles, pancakes, and omelets.
I know, yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
So for you, you said you just signed this new location that's right on the corner. It looks absolutely beautiful in here, and I can't wait for this place to open up. So what has been the process? Have you guys been kind of moving a little bit slower on this build because of COVID?
Yeah, we've been start build this the inside since April.
Okay.
So we signed the lease I think in late February, and since April we've been having it's ready. It's ready.
Yeah.
So we have all the final inspections.
So if you're looking for a job,
here, Armandos Diner.
Brandon's Diner is hiring
Yeah.
right now. So
Yes.
anyone who's watching this video, if you're an awesome cook that wants to work your butt off and make real food, this is the man you need to call.
Dishwashers and servers.
Yeah.
We're hiring this week coming. We're gonna hire him. I hope we open by end of February.
I
in
think
2 weeks.
I don't think people realize that this world is run on people like you. And this is the real reason I wanted to have you on this podcast, because you have 9 locations. And what people don't understand is you opening up this location, you are giving more people jobs. So hats off to you, man, to be giving people jobs in this crazy time, because I know how hard it is to let people go. You know what I
Very
mean?
hard.
It's very hard. I don't think people realize, like, imagine having to break up with someone every day. It's very difficult.
Yeah, I hope this goes away. I hope
Yeah.
COVID-19 is nightmare, and I hope this is done soon with the vaccine. And it's very difficult.
So what do you? So obviously you have your you have your 2 companies, right? You have your Brandon's Diner, then you have your Carnitas Express, right?
Yes.
Deep down inside, which one do you like more?
That's a question. It's like
Which child do you like better?
it's like you having 2 sons.
Yeah, choose
and
which son
somebody
you want.
asking you, hey, which is you? You have a favorite son, maybe.
Yeah.
But you love both at the same.
So-
The ugly one and the handsome. You love both. So, obvious, Armandos Diner is the first restaurant. Is the first restaurant, but 6 months after we opened Armandos Diner, I came a partner with my sister and my father, and we bought a Carnitas Express. So, and it's something my father.
Okay.
Yeah, my father was a partner. My sister was a partner. My father passed away, and I keep my sister. My sister got married. Now he's my son, brother-in-law, and my sister. They're partners in Carnitas Express.
Are you guys planning on opening up any new locations with them anytime soon?
I think we're okay.
Yeah, you're
I
good at
think-
4
I
locations.
think we're okay. We have everything we need.
Yeah.
Customers, we're very happy. We're not working so much. I don't want to keep growing. I'm not gonna grow off the Linden Empire. I stay in San Bernardino and Riverside. This is my home, my family home. I can move to any place I wanted, but I want to stay and I want to die. I want to bury me in Riverside.
Yeah.
In Riverside, I don't think we're gonna keep growing. It's very slow, maybe, but 1 or 2 locations, but no.
Yeah.
I don't want to do franchise. I don't want to have partners. Just my family.
Yeah.
My family.
I think people don't realize is when you start bringing more people in, and the bigger you get, like you said, you lose quality, and then you start getting headaches that you're not used to, and sometimes bigger and more locations they're not better.
They're not better. You start losing control. And just to say that already with Carnitas and Armandos before the COVID, we have 400 employees.
Yeah, 400 employees.
400
Wow.
employees before the COVID.
Yeah.
Right now,
How do
maybe.
you,
Yeah.
do you sometimes wake up and maybe you're driving to one of the locations and you blink and you go, man, I own 13 locations and I have 400 people that work for me. How is this possible?
It's very nice. Very I proud about me and my family. I never thought it would be me. When I was 16 years old, I was working as a dishwasher, and then I was working as a cook. You never thought this is gonna happen, but in USA, in United States, they happen, and they happen.
You live in the American dream.
Anything is possible in United States because it's hard. It's hard. but it's not impossible like in other countries. I mean, and it's not talking bad about other countries or Mexico, but it's very hard in Mexico. Kids 16 years old and grow up, they do, but it's not. In United States, it's possible. Anything like this.
Yeah. What do you think the one factor that really helped you grow this big? Was it hard work? Was it just showing up every day? Was it being an amazing cook? Was it just believing in yourself?
It's not one thing. It's 2 or 3 things, like you say. Yeah. First of all, hungry.
Yeah.
Hungry. You have to have hungry. You have to
wanting it.
Yeah. You mean
Yeah.
if I say if I have a job and I make $100,000 a year, it's not gonna be possible because working 8 hours, off Saturday and Sunday, I'm happy. But I used to make minimum wage.
Yeah.
So before I opened my restaurants, I used to make $9 an hour. I have to work 16 hours to support my family because I want my family to have a house. I bought a little house, but it's few things. You have to believe in yourself. You have to not cheating.
Yeah.
Sell good food and good quality, and I was working in restaurants. The owners cut corners, tie hair, and treat your customers right. To be honest, and of course the hard work. Yeah. Don't expect open a business and work 8 hours a day.
I don't think people realize how much you actually have to work.
14, 16 hours a day the first years until you make it, and especially in restaurant industry. Restaurant industry, you have to open from 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I don't believe just to open 8 hours.
Obviously, you've been doing this for 30 years and you've run a successful business. What's one tip you would give someone who, if they were just about to open a restaurant?
Well, it's 2 or 3 tips.
Yeah, give as many.
Yeah. Not just restaurant, any business.
Okay.
But let's talk about restaurant. You need to know. One of the tips, you need to know what kind of business you're gonna open. If you want to open restaurants, you have to be working in restaurants before. You have to know, because if you're just gonna open a restaurant and you don't know, it's gonna be hard. Because all these chains, all this world is very difficult in restaurants. You got so much competition. Okay, one of the tips you have to know. You have to be working in restaurants and all that. The other tip is you have to have money, little money. And one of the tips is very important, buy the restaurant.
Okay.
So don't try to open a new restaurant.
So buy something that's already has the name and has already
if you're gonna buy a restaurant, a successful restaurant has business, gonna cost you too much money.
Of course.
Buy one restaurant, it's already don't do good business. They want to sell because they didn't have. Buy the restaurant because you can buy it for less money. To make a restaurant is very expensive. It's not like an open office, real estate office or bar shop because you don't have no equipment, just paying. But restaurant, you have a lot of equipment, a lot of things. It's very expensive to. I've seen people try to open a restaurant. They have a $200,000. They try to open a restaurant with $200,000. $200,000 gone, and he's 60-70% of the still. So buy the restaurant. No one's going to. You need to know the business. Buy a restaurant already existing. Try to do some change, little remodeling here and here, $5,000, $10,000 remodeling, and that way you're not gonna spend all your money. If you have a $200,000 and then you buy it for $100,000 for $70,000, you can buy restaurants for $70,000, $50,000. People that want to just get rid of it. Get rid of it. That's what I did. And then buy it for $100,000. If you have $200,000, you have the other $100,000 backing you to pay the rent first, because the first month is going to be difficult. Yes, those 2 things you have to know, and you buy the rest. And the other one, do home cooking. Don't open package. You know? Like you don't know the soups you open. They can't. Well, we don't do the ketchup and barbecue sauce. We buy that one already.
Okay.
Yeah, they do the cooking. Yeah, those and work hard and hire good employees.
Yeah.
The employees can you bring you up business or can down your business.
Yeah.
I try to hire nice employees, and I do have a lot of good employees. Yeah, that's the key to the employees.
Got it.
Have a good employee, 2 or 3, but good ones.
Awesome.
Good ones, yeah.
Well, I thank you so much for having us. Like, just hearing your story of inspiring, of coming from 16-year-old washing dishes to taking a loan out on or refining your house to buy a restaurant to now owning, 10 Brandon's Diners and then 4 other restaurants, having over 400 employees working for you. It's very inspiring to hear this story, and I appreciate you taking the time for us today.
Oh, no, my pleasure.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, until next, guys. Peace.